Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Taurus reading, active on the 15th of May this month. Also, what's showing up for me is Mars conjuncting Chiron. And what is important about this is this energy of passion, physical energy, bravery, courage, unstoppable determination, coupled with the wounded healer, this ability to recognize that our greatest gifts come as a result of the damage, the suffering, the pain that we've endured in our lives. That's a fairly complex and difficult message for many of us, depending upon where we're from. But in this particular new moon energy, there is a lot of righteous anger about the injustice in the world, about the inequity that we see all around us, and what we most likely have experienced ourselves. So we recognize, however, with Taurus Sun, that change is built and that we are worthy to receive. We are safe to receive. So I'm going to start here for you, Sag, with the Aletheia card from the Wild Unknown. I'm going to read from the guidebook. Our soul recognizes the truth, and that is the name of the Aletheia card, truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, your health, and a sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And for Sagittarians in general, who are known for their straightforwardness, directness, honesty, this is very poignant because this really is pointing for many of you to one of your supreme gifts. It is at times a curse. I understand with Sagittarius rising, sometimes the truth must be managed in a way or to make it palatable. But more often than not, it is said unwittingly in a way that can have a tremendous impact on others, quite often in the powerful way that was described in the guidebook. In other words, it can prompt others to recognize the truth of their own experience, and that is in part the meaning and message that truth in and of itself is worthy of upholding on its own terms. And the abundance card, allergies are really messing with me, so forgive me. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So this is an interesting conundrum I'm immediately feeling right now. That so much of your identity, for many of the Sagittarians I'm working with, particularly as it relates to routines and habits that are being mostly impacted by this new moon energy, it's a way that you have of seeing the world that has often alienated you from others, often separated you from friends or challenged you by friends who feel that your truth is harsh, is unreasonable, is unfair, is unkind. And yet, ultimately, we are at a time when our truth is what is demanded of us. And we still carry that anxiety about how it's going to affect others. But in truth, it really opens the floodgates to this idea that we are limitless, that our truth can impact others in a positive way, that we can see a truth that relates to all of us, and that this actually has a healing impact on others, if only as a model for a way of being honest with oneself, at looking at oneself realistically, of not fooling oneself into believing that we are acting from high-minded motives. A lot of times when our motive is to be safe, to be worthy, to receive the opportunities that are available, and our attempt to discern those from the sometimes chaotic circumstances we find ourselves in. In the present, you have two cards, the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Wow. This is a little bit of a more mirroring around embedding yourself in a healthy community, organization, or group within which you find real support, real visibility, real relevance to making a contribution that is going to amplify, expand on the possibility of sharing resources, magnifying those resources through sharing. In other words, something modest that you have that can be shared is multiplied. And this is a kind of magical experience you're having in your personal life. That the more you give, share, open up yourself to the possibility of exchanging resources or agreeing to some kind of equitable exchange, you are finding support, you're finding an avenue to be seen, a place where you can share your truth. And I'm not talking about truth as always shining and bright. Truth can be difficult, it can be painful, it can be harsh, but you have created the circumstances in your life where you can be that honest. You can say things in a safe way, in a safe environment that are meant to be revealing, that are meant to not deny pain, not deny suffering or hardship, but to really speak to those as a part of your experience. In the past, the 7 of Cups, lots of cups, that's a beautiful sign. You're way in your feelings here, and I love that because Sagittarians can appear cold or disconnected, detached. And this is really revealing a side of your aspirations that really wants to belong, that is being seen, being invited, being included in a way that can feel unfamiliar. And so these invitations, these opportunities to join in, to take a swipe at some of the material rewards that you have long aspired to or been told that you should aspire to is something that is newly on your horizon, has been for a while, but you are focusing really clearly on some greater goal. And that greater goal, that greater sense of connection, of purpose, of mission, of making a contribution that can impact many in a positive way is assuring you at some level, or you are connected with this idea that you will obtain some of these material rewards, perks, new friends, a nicer car, uh, um, more opportunities for fun, leisure, learning, growth. These things will be a part of your path if you stick to your path. Pursuing these things individually is something you, like others, have done, and it has never been satisfying to you. You have never found fulfillment or perhaps even success pursuing more money, a bigger job, a bigger house, or more things. That's not enough for you. The meaning, the service, the effort, the ability to be generous, to share ideas, to explore them together. This is really what motivates you on your path of destiny. In the future, the Eight of Wands, this is all about, yes, it's interesting to me how the past and the present are connecting up. You have uh, received the attention that you are desiring. You didn't even weren't always consciously aware of it. I think actually for many Sagittarians, attention is not, except for fun, light things, is not necessarily part of your temperament. However, the things you do gaining attention, that's what you have striven towards. You're not trying to gain attention for the sake of it. You're gaining attention through the vehicle of your ideas, your thoughts, your conversation, your presentation, your goals and values that are gaining you invitations from others, gaining you opportunities to connect with others in order to do this greater, larger work that will be impactful in a way that you as an individual cannot be. So I actually see you as part of a team, part of a community, part of a group, uh, moving and joining with other like-minded individuals or other groups in order to have some impact on the world, moving along, progressing rapidly after a lot of working through feelings and experiences and how they have impacted you, acknowledging the suffering, the pain, the work that you've been doing, but how they've made you feel. And rather than thinking about the things you want, I see you thinking about the way you want to feel when you achieve certain things. Those certain things are not things that you even are clear about where this destination is, but you're very much into this recognizing that your feelings are a validation of your value, of your contribution, that feelings of joy, support, visibility are the things that you have felt denied in your life. And that's what you are moving rapidly towards in a communal sense. I hope this is resonating for you, Sagittarius. I am a Capricorn with a Sagittarius rising. I'm sorry, I'm conflating these things today, and hopefully it's okay. So yes, if this is resonating for you, Sagittarius or Capricorns or whoever else is here, you're all welcome. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and being present for me, witnessing this moment, this sacred moment. I'm going to clarify the cards with a couple of cards for the Seven of Cups in the past, clarified with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. The 10 and the 3 of Cups is clarified by the Death card and the Ace of Wands. The 8 of Wands in the future is clarified by the Three of Swords and the Magician. And interesting that the Magician in this deck is green. That is the color of thought in the Egyptian pantheon. The scribe, the magician, the protectress of Isis, the the magician who supports Osiris in the underworld. So that is an interesting container for the energy of the magician card. So I'm going to start in the past with the Seven of Cups. And the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles really are describing elements of your own personal force in the past that inspired you to reach for your aspirations, to claim your path affirmatively, to move forward with confidence, the same optimism you give to others, the same bright side of any situation that you shine light on. This is the same energy you're giving back to yourself at this point, and you have been on this long path with this energy now. This represents a sort of giving over to your higher intuitive aspiration. There's a part of you that is stepping into your power and is no longer seeing yourself as the outsider or the maverick that belongs nowhere. The eternal explorer. You haven't relinquished that. You're just seeing that as a power that you can internalize, give to yourself rather than giving it away exclusively, cheering others on. The page or the scribe of Pentacles is about your desire, ability, and willingness to do whatever work is required to move you forward on this path of your mission, your purpose. This feels very much your desire to have an impact on others and willing to do the work to achieve that. So the heart, the confidence, the soul, the bravery is one part. The inspiration is a part that not only motivates you, but it motivates others that you are working with. You're very much a beacon in your company, your community, your group, your team. And the 10 and 3 of Cups is clarified by the Death card and the Ace of Wands. Boy, this is really telling the story. All of the abundance, all of the love, all of the inspiration, all of the courage and illumination that you can bring to a situation, you've had to release a lot of what wasn't that in your past. You've had to release the sense that you are obligated to cheer on others and not yourself, to stay in the background. That instead you are moving to a place where you realize that you have supported other people's success, that you always are aligned with the value of others, their visibility, and yet you denied yourself those same qualities and energies. And letting that go was a lot harder than this card makes it look. This is really a transformation that you are still and currently in. And it is facilitated by this desire to be new, to recognize that you're in a new world. You're in a new body that you have and are currently really working to integrate this knowledge, these gifts, these skills you have that have served so many others. Turn towards your own needs and your own vision. It doesn't matter if your vision is the same as others. There's no competition here. You simply are inserting yourself in the world and practicing your gifts day to day with others, in your community, whoever. You're seeing that the support you have is to be yourself, not to be anyone else. And this is a hard lesson for you to learn because there aren't a lot of other models like you. You are unique. You are an original. And really letting go the idea that you're just here to push others forward is a hard one for you. Because you naturally like to give, you like to love, you like to encourage and cheer others on. That comes natural to you. It's not something that is fake, but the truth of that is you're doing that at the expense of yourself. And that's what is the hard truth for you to accept. And that releasing that is what is now releasing abundance into your life, that you are limitless, that you can do whatever you want to do. And that truth is truly transforming you, even physically. It's certainly transforming your health. There's no doubt about that. It's leading you to erect and construct new routines and habits, new ways of living day to day. How do you structure your day? Do you jump into work? Do you meditate? Do you take a walk in nature? Do you plan out your food for the day for you and your family or loved ones? Do you work in the garden? All of those opportunities are ways in which you are aligning yourself with abundance. And your days are more and more structured around a faith and a belief in your worthiness to be open to all the abundance that exists, all the abundance you desire, you deserve. In the future, the Eight of Wands is clarified by the Magician and the Three of Swords. This is an interesting combination because I see you promoting the truth of the lessons you've learned from this experience of putting others before yourself. This is part of your message. It's part of your language, your presentation, your honesty about a way in which people like you are encouraged to uplift others, never the self. And once you recognize that this pattern, this emotional pattern, once you see it as such, it frees up your imagination, it frees up your creative ability to realize that there is so much that is untapped in your experience as a result of your releasing this idea that your power must be given away, that this beautiful quantity of love, this gift of love, of caring, of being truthful, of being concerned with others, of attending to the needs of others is put within you as a way of uplifting others, not uplifting you. And there's so much damage that has been done or that you've participated in against yourself, following on a trajectory that means that you were never first, you were never center. You didn't even feel comfortable to ask to be those things. You didn't even want those things for a while. It's taken you a while to learn and work through the fact that you are the star. You're the magician. You can do whatever you want. That this giving yourself away, you've learned that that is self-sabotage. And this is the pattern that you are trying to address in every activity, every connection that you make. How am I self-sabotaging myself? How am I giving away something that I should be cultivating for myself? Why isn't my voice just as important as the voice of others? I'm not sure what you're building, what you're creating, but something is moving quickly towards you. And your transformation is really opening up doors very rapidly. I almost see an explosion of opportunities coming towards you. And I see that many of you are experiencing an explosion of light, very temperamentally, on and off, erratically. You are elevating yourself into the supreme experience of abundance, light, love, weightlessness, connection with all beings. You can call it on command, but sometimes you get really, really distracted by all the possibilities you now see. That this is a way that you have in the past not opened yourself up to. And this opening yourself up is resulting in, I'm stuttering, this quick movement, this quick advancement, this quick moving you forward, this making opportunities available to you as a result of you opening up yourself and making yourself, putting yourself at the center. I think the message here is very simple, Sagittarius. I hope it's been helpful or insightful. I'm going to pull a flower oracle for you, and the orange blossom jumped out. And the key word is enthusiasm. The best can be here. Believe it. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.